welcome. How's everybody doing today? I'm going to give you a minute or two just to join and log in and make sure you have what you need for your practice today. Hi, Terry. Oh my goodness. Susie, hi. Kim. So welcome everybody. I'm glad to see you starting to join and log in. We're going to move in our practice today with focus. So in yoga, we call the focus energy drishti, and it can refer to quite a few things. In drishti, we are focusing first on considering where our vision is during each of our asanas or postures. And so it's important because it allows the body's energy to move better, and it allows you to be more present in the pose, whether it's because you're able to find a way to breathe better or just feel more of the sensations that are occurring. Hi, Nancy. So today I'm going to have you really focus there on how that focus or drishti is applying to your movement today, your strength, and how it allows your energy to flow better. So let's start on our mat in child's pose if you haven't gotten there yet, and allow the forehead to rest on your mat. Allow your breath to start feeling to the spaces of the body that are available to you. Hi, Miriam. It's nice to see you all here. Tracy, thanks for joining me. Nancy. So just really feeling that breath. Hi, Kim and Sophia. We're just letting everybody log in for a few moments. Thanks for saying hi. It's nice to see your names come up. Hi, Dee, Cheryl. So I'm hoping you feel good today. I'm hoping we can move through our practice and by the end just feel like we have a better grasp on what our focus is going to be, maybe even our laser focus. Head down in child's pose. Let your arms either fold forward in front of you, palms up, or arms behind you, palms up as well. So I want you to feel a softness in the center of your hands as you're breathing. Elbows are just relaxed on the earth. We're just taking a moment to ground into the earth and find our breath. Inhaling and exhaling. I want you to think about when you're in your child's pose today that even in this struggle of being placed quietly in our stay-at-home or stay vacations, that it can feel a little dark, and it's definitely not our usual. So I don't want you to focus on the darkness, but instead focus on the light. So even a seed that's planted isn't focusing on the dark, it's focusing on when it gets to see the light. So just think of yourself as a seed that's preparing, because we're preparing for whatever next is. And I don't know about you, but not knowing what is next can sometimes bring a sense of, I don't know, dis-ease. And I think it's important that we take time to find our focus, look up, seek light, and along the way, prepare. So we're preparing today. We're preparing for whatever light comes our way each day, and just grateful for that. I'm grateful that you're showing up for me today. Use some of this time to heal, to embrace whatever it is that you are experiencing, and notice how your focus can help you find a more positive and light journey. So again, we're going to starve our distractions and we're going to feed our focus. I know that sounds like a lot, but we can do it. So again, in yoga, drishti is the word that represents focus, and it isn't just with our eyes, it's also a way to inspire our intelligence and wisdom. So I think we can all use that today, just making us a little more focused in how we're thinking, so our best self comes forward. When you're ready, from your child's pose, I'll have you stretch your arms all the way out in front of you. Stretch your fingers. Stretch your hands nice and flat into the earth and drop your ears between your biceps and take a deep breath into those backs. And then lift the wrists as high as you can as you press the finger pads next into the mat. Just notice how that opens up into the shoulders, into the middle back a bit. Good. Walk off your mat to the right. Do the same thing. Big push into extended arms and fingers, dropping your nose to the right knee, and just taking a breath and articulating a movement that pushes your outer left ribs further to the left. We'll do it to the other side. Walk to the left, drop your nose, take a breath. Focus on the sensation of breath in your outer body. So on a physical sense, you're not just feeling, but you're also mentally bringing your focus there. So we know energy flows where our focus goes. So today, as we focus our vision, we're also going to focus our strength and our breath into our practice. Just a little more effort in that area today. Good. I'm going to have you come back to center if you haven't already. Drop your wrists and lift your fingers up. Take a full breath, stretching the palms of the hands. Good. And then walk your hands back to your knees and sit up onto your heels. Let's draw our hands onto our lower back and lift our gaze, look up. So right now you're looking at your ceiling or the sky if you're outside. And I want you to look exactly what you're seeing. What are you seeing up there? And see if you can shift your eyes even further back on the ceiling. So it almost feels like you're stretching your eyeballs to look further back. Notice what you're looking at. Make it almost like a laser-guided focus where you're looking. Finish this breath. And then drop the chin back to neutral. Take your fingertips on the floor and lift your back here. And maybe press into the tops of the feet and shins and lift your hips. So again, our focus today is staying present in where we're gazing and what our thoughts are, our strength, our breath. And remember, you're always taking this at your level. Some of you can drop your head all the way back. Again, pick something that you're gazing at, your drishti point now, and see if you can expand just a little further by stretching your eyes further back. Good. Drop your hips onto your heels. Walk your hands forward. And a nice organic movement right to left. Swinging the hips, looking over your opposite shoulder as you do so. 2 more breaths here. Cow-cat is next. Settle into a strong table. Drop your head down and exhale. And then open up the whole spine and heart with the breath in. Look up as high as you can. Pick something you're looking at, your drishti point. And exhale, tuck your chin and try to look at your heart, drishti point. Good. Inhale, look up. Try to receive the same drishti point on your gaze up. And exhale, strong breath out. Bring your eyes right to your heart. Let's try it one more time. Inhale. Find that drishti point. Exhale, find your heart. Good. Let's come back to table. Draw your thumbs together. Soften and drop your heart a little bit. And then pick the heart and the core up so the spine is strong. Good. We're going to go ahead and look to the right. Bring your head as far over to the right shoulder as you can. Train your chin. And then engage the core. Lift the right arm and hold. So now you're looking at the ceiling again. Choose a drishti. Focus on it with your breath. Feel strong here. And then drop your right thumb next to your left. Here we go. Turning just the head to the left, trying to rotate through the neck and jaw. And then engage the core, lift the left arm, and look up, stretch here. So it should feel really strong, but also a nice focus point. So we're not just sort of letting our eyes dart around, but practice keeping them still on what you've chosen to look at. Drop your hand down. Let's bring our right hand up again using the turn of the head, the core. Find the drishti, hold it. Exhale down, drop your hand. And then same thing to the left. Head turns, chest turns. Look for the drishti. And drop your hand. Half dog is next. Walk those hands out in front of you. Give a nice deep breath into the body. And then just swing the heart right to left as you gently lower and forward down into the forehead. Hips are stretching towards the ceiling. Heart is softening towards the earth. And some of us can actually bring our heads all the way down, maybe even our chest. Inhale and exhale. Engage the core. Bring it up right against your spine without moving, and then soften it. Again, navel right up against the spine. Tuck the tailbone and walk the hands back and come into a squat at the back of your mat. If you need to do a modification, it could be your knees don't appreciate full flexion. Go ahead and press your elbows into your thighs and hold a modified squat instead. Good. So choose a drishti here. What can you focus at that is straight ahead of you and don't lose focus of it? Practice taking a breath in and out as if the breath is reaching your drishti and then returning to you. Some of you will use a balance with this, taking the hands off the floor, raising the arms above the head and breathing. Again, one more breath with a laser pointed drishti. Hands to the heart, and then back to the floor. Let's all come into a forward fold. Drop your head, give it a good shake. Let's heel toe the feet out and big swings right to left. Easy, soft movement. Back to some more organic energy as we just see where our body's taking us today, how we feel in our hips. One more swing right to left. Go as big as you can. Return to the center, and let's just grab our elbows and drop our ears between our biceps here. Soft knees are recommended here. Bigger bent knees if that feels better for your lower back. Gently find your elbows and tug on them towards the earth and breathe. Good. Next, we're going to take our ankles and wrap our hands around them and pull your elbows away from your heart as you drop your head. One more breath, just holding a nice extension on the spine, head towards the earth. Good. Take your hands down to the floor and let's walk into down dog. Take your time, strong arms. Hands end up about the same width as your shoulders. Drop the head, look past your knees, and choose a drishti that's right behind you. So that drishti will be your drishti for the whole practice when your head is down. So take a moment to define where that point is, past your knees and the wall behind you. And make sure you're just going to start swinging your hips right to left as you pedal your legs. So don't lose sight of the drishti. Take a deep breath in like your breath could reach that drishti. Exhale as if the breath is coming back to you. One more time. Good. Drop your heels, bend your knees deep, and come into your squat toward the back of the mat. Upper body still in down dog. So just like we did when we were in half dog, I want you to lift your navel up to your spine and lengthen your tailbone. Soften your belly. Look at your drishti. Exhale, lift your navel up against your spine like you're kissing your spine with your belly button, and lengthen your tailbone, tucking it under you a bit. One more time, legs are starting to speak a bit, right? Look at your drishti. Exhale, navel up against the spine, lengthen the tailbone, hold it, and come into plank. So you feel like you've inspired an extra focus of strength in your abdominal wall. Pull the shoulder blades down your back, separate them a little bit from the center, and breathe. Same thing, exhale, drive the navel up against the spine, and lengthen your tailbone. Good, so you're feeling strong. We're going to take our right knee underneath our right hip and come into a side balance. Left heel down. Left arm slowly makes its way, reaching to the front of the room. Fingers are long. Outer left heel is pushing into the earth. Feel your ribs rise up. And then take your gaze or drishti past your left fingertips. So your gaze is in the same pointed laser position as your left hand. Good. Reach up to the ceiling, gaze follows the left hand, and lift your left leg to a balance. Again, where is your focus? Pinpoint it on the ceiling, keep it there, and try a bind. Left hand over left ankle, kicking back. Good. This is a big, strong pose. Make sure your breath is there for you. Return to extension, arm and leg, and follow your hand down to the floor. Come back to a table position with extended left leg and laser focus straight ahead. Drishti, find it, stay with it. Exhale, knee to heart, round the spine. Inhale, find your drishti and push your left foot back. And let's try to add the right arm. So level 1, you can keep your right hand down. Exhale, knee to the heart and elbow to the knee. Inhale, find your drishti. Good. Exhale, elbow to knee, drishti down, watching the touch of the elbow to the knee. And final extension, look forward. Good. Drop that right hand. Drop your left heel straight behind you. Take a laser focus right ahead again. And lift the navel up against the spine. Drop the tailbone. And lift your knee off the earth. Mountain climber. Stay here. Lift your eyes towards the drishti you had chosen. Good. Drop that knee back down. Slide your left leg back and just push into a stretch of your hips over your right heel. Good job, everybody. Curl your back toes under, lift the knee up, and slide your knees back together, swinging right to left when you arrive. Good. Sit back over your heels, hands either on your lower back or the floor. Coming into that gaze up, find your drishti, focus, or lift your tailbone as you hold the focus into a stretch. Great job. Drop that tailbone down. Take your hands back out in front of you and return to down dog. Find your drishti, head down, give it a good shake, but don't lose the focus of your breath, your strength, or your power on the present drishti. Back to plank. Again, feel the navel coming up against the spine, lengthen the tailbone, broaden the shoulders. Holding here for 2 breaths. Level 1, the knees can be down, but the focus would be the same. Navel to spine, tailbone dropping. Good. 1 more breath, everybody. Feel strong here. Drop your left knee right below your left hip. Get ready to balance. Right heel comes down. Arm takes its time. Right hand reaching over your head to the front of the room. Good. Feel everything brighten up in the pose as you breathe. Find a extended right fingertip and lift your drishti to your fingers first. And then out in front of the fingers where they're pointing, that's your drishti. Point to it, look, and focus breath. Good. Reach your hand to the ceiling now. Drishti changes. Choose it. Stay with it and find a balanced pose. Right leg up and breathe. Breathe into that drishti point and feel it return to you on the exhale. Maybe add the bind, grabbing the ankle, kicking back, breath in and out. Don't let your mind wander to distractions. Strengthen the focus energy, which helps to strengthen our intelligence and our wisdom. Here we go. Back up with your hand, extended arm. Follow your hand to the floor, right hand down, right leg up. Look forward, choose a drishti. Exhale, tuck your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend the right leg and maybe the left arm this time. Exhale, draw the elbow to the knee. Look at it, touch. Inhale, back to your drishti, gaze forward, laser focus. Exhale, strong. This time we'll come up and open and hold. Drop your hand. Keep the right leg straight and drop your right toe. Push into the floor. Bring the strength of your exhale, lifting the navel up against the spine, dropping the tailbone, and if you can, lift your knee off the floor. Mountain climber hold. Lift the eyebrows, lift your gaze forward, not your chin. Breathe. Feel the connection of the lower belly. One more breath. Good. Drop that left knee, slide your right foot back, and hold a stretch, gently pressing into the earth with your arms. How we feeling? Good. We're going to curl our right toe under, push into the floor, lift your knee, and bring your knees forward. Here we go, right to left. So hopefully we're feeling nice and warm here. We're going to come back to a squat at the back of the mat. Again, drishti right away. Find it, breathe to it. Possible extension of the arms over your head, using modifications if you need to. Drop the hands to the floor, forward fold. Great job, everybody. So your feet are about hip width apart. You're going to walk back into down dog. Bring the hips back a little further over the back of the mat and drop your head. We're going to take it to the top of the mat next. So drishti will be looking forward right between your hands and taking lots of little steps till you get there. Once you arrive at the top of the mat, drop your head and look to that drishti you chose at the beginning of the class. Find it, look at it, exhale to it. Good. Inhale, place your fingertips on your shin bones. Lift the spine till it's straight and gaze forward to your forward drishti. Good. Lift your tailbone, everybody. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Hold for another breath. And back to a fold, looking to the drishti at the back of the room. Let's roll up slowly. Gaze down between the feet. Press down with the feet and roll up, tucking the tailbone. Drawing the navel against the spine. Slowly arriving in mountain pose. Hands at your side, gazes straight ahead. With our next full breath, bring your arms over your head. Watch your hands join. Lace all of but the pointer fingers and stretch to the sky. Good. Look right past your fingers, your pointer fingers, like a laser pointing to the ceiling, and your gaze is pinpoint. Gaze forward. Drop your hands to the back of your heart. Squeeze the elbows around the head and press your head back into your forearms. Raise your drishti right back up where you were pointing with your last pose. Inhale, point right back up to there. And exhale, follow your hands into your heart. Focus is at the heart. Inhale, stretch the arms out in front of you. Drop your chin, tuck the tailbone, and round the back. Inhale, straighten the spine, reach up, chair. Exhale, drop the hands behind you. Drishti stays forward. Inhale up, stretching over your head. Exhale, soft to the heart, both hands. Swing the hands down and back over your head for a full breath. Watch the hands come through the center of you. Point the fingertips down and follow them to the mat. Half lift, look out in front. Find that strength to take one more breath as you push down into your heels. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Step the right foot back to a lunge. And just an easy movement of your hips forward and back a few times. Good, and then hold a runner's lunge, maybe adding a block under your right hand as the left hand lifts up. Left knee is forward, left hand is up in the air. If you're doing the opposite, that's okay, just make your adjustment. So I'm pointing to the sky with my left hand, and I'm choosing to gaze right above that hand. Good, drop the hand behind you, reach forward, find that stretch, and then wherever your hand is pointed, follow and gaze forward, drishti. Take your left hand to the inside of your left foot, move the block out in front, swing your right hand away from your mat, and lunge as you try to extend the arms either further away from you, ears down between your biceps. Drop your right knee, hold for another breath, flattening the right foot. Walk your hands back, right hand underneath the right shoulder, twist. Left hand back up, drishti high. Good. Drop your left hand back and bow into bent elbows, nose towards your hands. Push the hips back. Take your left hand to the outside of your left leg and extend your left leg to a hamstring stretch, toes up. Head down all the way, whatever that is for you today. You're doing great. Inhale, step back onto that left foot, and we're going to slowly bring our hands onto our thighs. So earlier I asked you to lift your navel up against your spine and take the tailbone down. Do that right here. And then stretch forward until it feels like a healthy stretch at the front of your right hip. Raise your right hand over your head and lean to the left. Some of you can drop your left hand to the floor and expand that stretch. Inhale, take your left hand and right hand back to your thigh. Lift your left arm over your head. Keep your right hand on your thigh and lean to the right. And some of you can take your right hand to the floor. So we have a modified version where the hands stay on the lap or swing onto the floor. Inhale, hands on your lap or more advanced over your head. Exhale, one hand stays on the lap as you stretch over the top of your head. We'll do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale to the side, modified or full version. Feels good. Inhale up, hold a full crescent moon. So some of you may still choose to have your hands on your lap. Find that navel, push it stronger against the lower back, drop the tailbone, and expand your spine, maybe your arms further. Gaze is up now. Find a drishti and try to focus on it as you breathe. Hands back to the floor. Pause for a moment, and when you're ready, curl your back toes under and step forward. Big stretch in those hips, right? Feels good. It feels like there's more energy flowing through the right side of the body now. Feel that energy. Focus. Energy flows where focus goes. Inhale, half lift, find extension. We're going to do everything on the other side. Drop your hands, left leg comes back, and we'll glide forward and back a few times. Feel strong in your movement. And find a block underneath your left hand if you want, and come into that twist to the right. Hand up. Find your right hand, look at it. Point to a drishti on the ceiling, and look at it. Focus your breath, your strength. Good. Right hand drops behind and reaches forward. Drishti is forward. Take another breath. Good, and drop your hand down. We're going to walk our hands off to the left and push those hips away from our hands, maybe dropping our ears inside our biceps. Head is down. Walk the hands back on the inside. Drop that left knee. And then when you're ready, right hand back to a twist with your knee down. Good. Drop your right hand down. Push the hips back. Right hand on the outside of the right leg now. Extend the tailbone back. Feel it lifting. And try to drop your head as low as you can. Good. Coming forward again. Taking our hands onto our lap when we're ready and rising up. Finding that lower belly and pulling it right up against the spine as we tuck the tailbone, and then a comfortable stretch forward where you feel that in front of your hip. Both hands can work on your lap or onto the floor, more advanced. We'll lift our left arm first and reach over our head, maybe dropping the right hand to the floor. Left hand on your lap, right hand raises up if you're modifying, otherwise both hands are up. Dropping that right arm over your head to the left. Left hand can be on the floor, more advanced range of motion. Inhale, rise up, either hands on your lap or over your head. Exhale, left arm over your head. And one more time, big stretch up. Gaze is forward, drishti is still powerful, working with your breath. Inhale to crescent moon, hands can be on your lap, tuck the tailbone, feel the connection of the navel back against the spine, expand your spine, turn the gaze up, maybe arms are up as well, and hold, looking at your drishti on the ceiling. One more breath. Hands will come down, soften next to your right foot, child's pose or down dog. Starve your distractions, feed your focus. So Jim Kwik is an influencer on strength of the mind or intelligence, and he will talk about that if we practice focus, like we are right here, or lots of other ways, you can become even more powerful in that focus. The more powerful we are focus, the more powerful we can just be. So it's about really letting go of all that external distraction, all that external drawing and sucking of our energy, and bringing our focus where we want it to be. And when we get there, the flow just feels almost effortless. Even though it's stronger, it's so powerful that it's as if time goes away and we're just doing something so focused that time doesn't matter. That's the goal. Push into your feet, come forward into plank or chaturanga, please. Inhale to up dog. Hold up dog or come into cobra. Take a moment just to feel your heart lifting, and then we'll extend the heart and nose forward and down to the mat, looking at your mat, to child's pose. Take a moment in child's pose as long as you need, or return to down dog. One more of those flows with me if you're ready. Inhale forward to plank or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Extension of the heart and gaze down to the floor. And back to child's pose. Returning to down dog. Feeling more focused, yeah? And we're going to take our gaze right between our hands and either jump or walk to the top of the mat. Half lift extension when you arrive. Exhale into a modified or full squat. Take your time. Gaze is straight ahead. Again, arms can be over your head. Exhale, hands down, forward fold. Let's try a reverse swan. Press down with your feet. Gaze forward. Lift your arms. Extend it out wide. Push into the feet and rise up. Hands touch together. Watch them and follow them into your heart. Keep your focus at your heart. Take another breath. And exhale. Look up. Expand the arms out like wings. Thumbs to the back of the room. Look up. Exhale. Bring your focus and energy back to your heart. Hands together. Try that again. Inhale. Big, broad swing of the arms. Exhale. You've got a third one. Let's see if it can be more focused. Look at your drishti above you. And draw your focus to your heart. Keep the hands together, raise them over your head. Hold here or lift your heels as you focus pinpoint vision straight ahead, drishti. Layer a deeper breath from the lower belly all the way to the top of the heart. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Bend the knees into chair. Pick up your right heel and focus first on energy pushing into the earth with the left foot. Stay here, making your right toe even lighter, or maybe elevate your right leg. Stepping back into a lunge. Press into your right heel. Warrior one. Arms over the head. Modified version. Take the hands or arms where it's more comfortable for you. Gaze point. Drishti, tilt the head back and look up through your hands as if you're pointing all the way up, as high as you can go. Imagine that your energy is driving all the way up, looking up. Widen your eyes, take a deeper breath. Exhale, drop the arms down. Inhale, swing them over your head and claim that drishti right above you again. Exhale, drop your arms and your gaze. One more time, more powerful gaze up. Exhale into warrior two, shifting the back foot until it's parallel with the back edge of the mat. Good, you're gazing a drishti right over your left middle finger, right out in front of you. Turn your head and look over your backhand, drishti to the back of the room. Follow the backhand onto the thigh, lift the left arm and point towards the drishti at the back of the room, but lift your gaze to your left hand. Look at your left hand. Where is it pointing? Follow it to your drishti there. One more breath. Reach to the sky. Come back to warrior two. Pause and gaze over your front drishti. Take your right hand behind you. See if you can maybe grab that left thigh. An extension, pulling your left hip to the back of the room as you extend your left arm forward. Bound triangle. Drop your left hand, turn your head, and locate that drishti at the ceiling again. Hips moving to the back of the room. Right hand will release and reach to your drishti at the ceiling. Good. Soft bend if you need to in your left knee. Otherwise, drop your right hand next to your right foot and turn your right ankle straight back. Both hands framing the left foot, pushing both hips back the best you can. Drop your nose and breathe. Step forward into a fold. Inhale. Exhale. From here, swing into chair. Bend the knees. Arms over your head and breathe. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Look down into the heart space. Drishti straight ahead. Lift your left heel or lift your left knee. So we're going to focus here in a one-legged squat or one-legged chair. Straight ahead. Pinpoint vision. One more breath. Step back with the left leg when you're ready. Warrior one. Hands over your head or whatever arm position serves you today. Drishti is going to be between those hands. Tilt the head back. Look up. Laser focus like you are letting all of your energy rise up through those fingers and gaze. Powerful here. Breath in and out. Follow your hands down on your next exhale. Swing right back up, claiming that drishti again. There you go. Exhale, follow your hands down. And one more, even more powerful, more presence in where you are and how you are focusing. Warrior two, open up those arms, shift your back foot, gaze over your front middle finger in a deep forward bent knee lunge. Warrior two, turn the head and look toward the back drishti over your left middle finger. Drop that hand, follow it down, and bring your right arm over your head as if to point to the drishti behind you. Slide the left arm behind you if you want to at this point. And then take your gaze up towards your right hand where you're pointing. Inhale, raise your hand back up and take both arms back out in warrior two. Good. Slide that hand behind if you haven't already, and maybe grab that right thigh and pull back on your right hip as you come towards triangle pose. Look over your front middle finger and follow it down towards your right shin, and then turn the gaze up, ceiling drishti or sky. Breathe. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling where your drishti is. One more breath in triangle pose, expanded arms. Look down to the right foot and drop your left hand. Straighten out your back heel and push the weight of the hips back as you try to drop your nose when you're ready to your right knee. Breath in and out. Gaze is to the back drishti. Head is down. Knees can be bent if they need to here. Great job. Here we go. Hands nice and firm on the earth. Step back to down dog. Exhale. Mini vinyasa option, forward to plank, chaturanga to up dog. Cobra option, extension down, lead with the heart and the gaze to the floor. Push back to child's pose. Rest here or come right back to plank for another plank, chaturanga, up dog. Releasing down, heart and head, and back to child's pose. Good, let's soften into this child's pose. Drop your elbows, drop your forehead, and breathe. Close your eyes. Where do you need the energy to flow now? Energy flows where focus goes. Two more breaths. Soften. Even more of a release into the back muscles, the shoulder muscles, your jaw even. Eyes are soft. Good. Roll up slowly when you feel ready. If your legs aren't comfortable in hero pose, please feel free to fold them in front of you. We're going to do a few twists here. Arms over the head with a deep breath, twisting off to the right, expanding your arms. One hand props up behind you. Look over your shoulder. And then over your head and a nice drop of the hands. Look behind you, drishti back. This time as the hands lift, your gaze lifts. Look up, pause, notice your drishti. Exhale to the right, look over your shoulder, trying to find the drishti behind you. And again, up with a breath, find your drishti, aim for it, and exhale, look behind you. Hands back over your head, one more look up, and try to bring your thumbs as far back as they'll go today. Draw the navel up against the spine, lengthen the tailbone, and bring the hands slowly down in front of you. Right onto your lap. Good, let's come into a straddle, just a brief straddle here. Rock on your hips, maybe move your muscles out of the way. And then rock right to left nice and organically. We're almost done today. I want to thank you for joining me, for working on strengthening that focus. When we are more focused and more able to bring attention to what we want to, we're able to live a more fruitful life. So when you're ready, a big stroke, right arm over the left leg, dropping that left hand inside the left leg and maybe the elbow down. All the way up when you're ready, holding a stretch above your head, and then stretching over the top of the right leg, left arm reaching. Right hand on the inside of the right leg, maybe the elbows all the way down. Inhale all the way up. Draw your hands together in front of your heart and walk out front. Just a nice, easy fold forward, whatever that means for you. Gaze forward with a deep breath, extension on the spine, and then exhale, drop your gaze and head. Look for your heart. Rock the hands back. And then bring your left foot to the inside of your right inner thigh. Stretch up with just the left hand and then place it on the floor behind your left hip. Right hand lifts with your next breath and maybe stargazer, lifting the tailbone, stretching as you reach to the back of the room. Locate your right hand. The hand stretch into the back of the room. Find a drishti that you're pointing to and breathe. Release down when you're ready to exhale, and we'll try the other side. Extend the left leg, bring the right foot in. Good, lift up just your right hand and place it behind your right hip. And then lift up the left, look up, drishti is high, and maybe press into the shin as you lift your tailbone. Reaching back, feeling a direction of the gaze and the breath. Find that left hand, where is it pointing? Breathe. And coming down when you're ready. Great job, everybody. Feet out in front of you, knees bent. Bring your arms over your shins and bow your head. Close your eyes and take a breath. Take a moment or two today, maybe an outdoor walk, maybe another exercise that you're choosing to do, and choose to find ways to focus on your strength, your breath, and your vision. So you're not just mindlessly running through anything, but rather really receiving all that it has to offer with your focus. Hands behind your knees, lift your head up, come into extension, look up, find a drishti above you. Exhale, round into a C curve, driving the navel right there. Feel it right against your spine, tuck the tailbone and roll all the way down. Knees into the chest, wrap your arms around, roll right to left. Almost done. Taking time to soften now. Gaze is straight up, that drishti right above you. Whatever you chose today, feel the strength in knowing that you can focus on the light. Happy baby. Hands can be over the shins, pulling the knees apart, or inner or outer soles of the feet as you pause. Find a way to expand the breath even deeper, even stronger in the lower belly, and exhale. Expanding the breath, bringing that point where we tried to bring that belly button close to the spine, now further away from the spine with a deep breath, and relax. Good, bring the legs together and back to the floor. Let's just let our knees rock right to left a few times in windshield wipers. Settle slowly into this range of motion that feels good to you. One more breath, back and forth. Soles of the feet are going to come together, knees are going to fall apart. Draw the hands down to your sides, palms up. Gaze up at that drishti that you focused on today. Breathe one more breath as if your breath can reach and touch the drishti above you. And then exhale and let all of that energy come back within you. And close your eyes. Shavasana. No matter the darkness, we can look forward to the light. Inhale and soft exhale. Practice your ability to strengthen your focus through drishti. So now our eyes are closed and our vision is inward. So as if there's an eye that can focus inward, imagine that you are bringing an immense amount of energy and focus to some part of you. Maybe it's your heart. Maybe it's someplace else in the body that needs your attention. Just bring your focus there as you take 3 more breaths. Notice your breath is drawn there as well. Return to your breath. Take a full breath in. And let it go. One more time. In, feel the belly first expand, middle chest, upper chest. And let it go. And let's stretch our legs out, our arms behind us. Take a full breath. Feel the fingertips pointing, the toes pointing as far away from center as possible. And then soften. Rolling to one side when you're ready and joining me in a seated pose. Good. Hands at the heart. Let's take a breath, stretching our arms overhead and look up. Practice looking up. Practice focusing on things that are above you. Drawing yourself in the same direction. Draw the hands together slowly. Feel the energy between the palms, the warmth, and draw that right back to your heart, as if to give you just a little more energy into the heart space today. Namaste.